was never yours.
Hi, Tiffany. Welcome back to my cardboard cutout. It's so good to see you. How have you been? It's been so long. Today we have my October TBR. I kind of stopped doing TBR videos because I never stick to them. It started to feel a little bit redundant. Started to feel a little bit stupid for me to like get on the internet and be like, these are all the books I'm gonna read, and then like never read them. Like, that's kind of embarrassing. I knew in my bones, in my guts, in my blood that I needed to talk to you about the things that I have my eye on in October. Because I was also thinking, like, even if I don't read all of these books, which I don't think I will because there's a lot of them, I figured I could at least inspire you. Maybe you'll see something here and you'll be like, wait a minute, that's my quintessential October read. I need that. I just want to help me. I want to help you. I honestly just love October. Obviously. Oh, look at me. I love spooky season. It's spooky season. I don't know. Get cozy, get comfy. Maybe like light a candle. Maybe like pray to Satan. But Tiffany, let me talk to you a little bit about something that's kind of been bothering me. And that's been my inability to learn new languages. I've always wanted to be the kind of girl who was like bilingual. In Canada, a lot of people speak English and French, right? But me, I only speak English. Except now, thanks to today's sponsor, Rosetta Stone, I'm learning Le Français. I'm learning La France. And it's so freaking easy. It's like a little bit insane to me. You might be thinking, I doubt it, but you might be thinking, what's Rosetta Stone? Let me tell you, okay? You sweet banana pancake. Rosetta Stone is an all-in-one language learning program. I have not been the type to be good with learning new languages. In middle school and high school, when I had to take French because it was mandatory, they were like, conjugate this verb or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying, my guy. I've always struggled with it. With Rosetta Stone and all of their fancy dancy things, it's actually pretty freaking easy. One of the things about Rosetta Stone that makes them so easy is the lessons, the units in which you're learning the language are easy peasy lemon squeezy because they're so short. The thing that I was worried about was like having to sit down for like 3 hours a day and like be like, okay, le pamplemousse is grapefruit. I didn't want to do that. But Rosetta Stone, it's like 10 minutes. So you could pop in, pop out, and everything is customizable. So if you want to spend an hour a day learning German, baby girl, you can do that. This is the thing that makes Rosetta Stone easy, in my opinion. They have this thing called dynamic immersion, where basically like they show you an image, right? And it's your job to match the word and the language that you're learning to that image. There is no rote memorization. It genuinely makes such a big difference, like a huge difference. With Rosetta Stone, learning French has been completely revolutionary. For me, my entire life, people have been trying to teach me French and I could never do it. But now it kind of feels like it's like in the horizon. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's there. What you need to do, Tiffany, is click the link in the description, get Rosetta Stone, and sign up for their lifetime subscription. This subscription is basically a thing where you get access to every single language that Rosetta Stone offers. So if you wanted to learn Korean, Italian, Japanese, German, you could do any of those languages. If you wanted to learn Le Français, you could do that. Click the link in the description, get 60% off the lifetime subscription, and live your dreams. Learn a language. Thank you so much to Rosetta Stone for sponsoring today's video. I think I might have bitten off just like a tiny bit more than I can chew. I chose a lot of books. So we're gonna be here for a little bit. So get cozy, get comfy, okay? Get some coffee, maybe get like a hot cocoa. Maybe get like a banana loaf or a pumpkin loaf. Bro, I would literally eat somebody's arm for a pumpkin loaf right now. I stopped going to Starbucks like 2 years ago, a year ago? No, like a year ago. But the way that I miss their pumpkin loaf, I should learn how to make it for myself, honestly. I really should. Anyway, first of all, let's talk about my Patreon. It's been so long since I spoke about my Patreon on YouTube. But I have a Patreon. Did you know? I have a Patreon. And on the Patreon, we have a book club where we read horror books because I'm a horror person. Horror booktuber. Yeah. Probably. This month, we're reading You Weren't Meant to Be Human by Andrew Joseph White. I haven't hauled this yet because it just came out. We're reading it with Katie Coulson. Katie Coulson, I think, is my internet wife. I don't know if she would agree, but like in my head, she is. Like in my head, we're kind of married. Like I feel as though like if you associate me with anybody, you should associate me with Katie because we're married. We're reading this with Katie for the book club on the Patreon, and I'm so excited to talk to her about it because I've already started reading it, spoiler alert. But if you want to join the Patreon, There's always a link in the description. We do reading sprints all the time. Basically, almost every video I post on YouTube goes to Patreon first as early access, and they're also usually non-sponsored. Check out the Patreon if you're interested. This is just my feeling so far. This is like a really good book for Halloween, for October. It's definitely got that kind of like melancholic, kind of like autumnal feeling. I don't know if it's set in autumn. I don't think it is, but it has the vibe of something that's like set in autumn. This is about this guy named Crane. Crane is a trans dude, right? And the book starts with Crane getting his back blown out in the back room of a convenience store that he works at. The book starts with Crane with his pants down, my guy. It's crazy. But anyway, that's besides the point. Crane is a mute, so he doesn't speak. He's a trans dude, and he has this like boyfriend. I don't even want to call him a boyfriend, to be honest. But he's like a boyfriend named like Jeff or something. The thing is, in this convenience store, in this like gas station, in one of the rooms is a mass of worms and bugs that like speaks to the people who work at this convenience store. And they all kind of like worship this mass of worms and bugs. You could never convince me. But the book starts with us knowing that Crane is pregnant. And there's some weird shit that goes on with like the pregnancy. I don't want to say too much. I'm like 100 pages in, I would say. It's definitely got an autumnal vibe. So if like that's what you're looking for, I would recommend it, honestly. Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. Another book with gorgeous red sprayed edges. Can I be honest, but controversial, but brave? I don't really know what this is about. The only thing that I really know is that it's about a guy who's hunting a vampire, or it has something to do with vampires. But I also know that it's like an epistolary novel, which like makes me sound really smart, but that just means that the book is told through letters. I didn't know what epistolary meant until my friend told me. If I'm being honest with you, Tiffany, I kind of want to go into it a little bit blind. Like I want to tell you what it's about. I do, genuinely. But I also don't want to like spoil myself too much. I honestly did kind of go into this book blind. I've been loving the experience. I'm the kind of person who likes to go into things a little bit blind when I can help it. I feel as though this is kind of autumnal in its vibe, and it caught my eye when I was looking at books that could fit an October type of theme. I don't think that this is necessarily like an autumnal book. I read one Japanese novel recently, and since then I've just been kind of thinking about like the other Japanese novels that I own, the other Japanese horror that I own, and I thought about this book, and I thought about how I got like 200 pages into it and how I didn't finish it and how it eats me alive. And I'm thinking maybe I could read it. Battle Royale. I'm going to say it for the 16,000th time. This cover is a full 360 pussy pop, slay, boots the house down, mama. Purr. She's so beautiful. I want this tattooed on me, bro. I want to read Battle Royale because I did get that far into it and I never finished it. I started it and I started like vlogging the experience. Oh my God, my voice. Just never finished it. I think I also deleted the footage of the vlog that I was filming. The other shitty thing, and although actually it's not too shitty, the other shitty thing is that the audiobook isn't updated to the new translation. So I believe that this edition is like the newest English translation. The audiobook is the translation from like 2004 or something. I've kind of been like a physical reading kind of girly lately. I don't want to brag. I don't want to say that I'm better than everyone, but I have been really into physical reading more rather than audiobooks, which is usually like what I do. I'm like much more of an audiobook girly. The thing though is if I did start this again, I would want to go back to the beginning to reread it, which is a little bit annoying, but I'll do it. We've spent too much time on this. Also, if you don't know what Battle Royale is about, girl, while we're here, let's also talk about Strange Pictures by Yuketsu. I read the other day Strange Houses by Yuketsu. First of all, what an incredibly easy experience. Like if you are in a reading slump and you want to get something like in and out, Yuketsu is the place to go. That book took me like less than 3 hours to read. And that's kind of what inspired me to want to read Battle Royale, was because I was like, oh, there's something about Japanese fiction, something about Japanese horror that just like, ooh. Strange Pictures apparently is even more spooky than Strange Houses. It might be following the same main character from the other. I'm actually not sure. Let's talk a little bit about some like serious horror. Okay, we've been talking about like haha, hee hee, fun horror. Actually maybe not. One of them was literally about children killing each other, but whatever. I want to talk about The Black Farm. Ever since I mentioned this book in a book haul, the comments where people were like, whoa, The Black Farm was crazy. But this is about this guy named Nick and his fiance, girlfriend. They decide to kick the bucket. They decide to kill themselves. They lose their child, and then it's also a slew of agonizing misfortunes. So they feel as though like they have nowhere else to go, nothing else to turn to. And so they're like, suicide pact? Suicide pact. They do end up taking their own lives, which is a full-on bummer. But Nick wakes up, right? And he's like, I'm in the afterlife. What? Jess is nowhere to be seen. What's awful is that Nick isn't in like heaven or even purgatory, it seems. He's in like what he thinks might be some kind of like version of hell, because there's all kind of weirdo fucked up shit happening and he can't see Jess anywhere. He doesn't know where she is. And so the book is Nick going through this afterlife looking for Jess. And it says that nothing could prepare him for the nightmares he found. Nothing could prepare him for the Black Farm. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? This seems super scary. It seems honestly like it's going to be more gross than like actually frightening. Although maybe it will be frightening because it is scary to think that you like die and then you go to hell. That's kind of a bummer, my guy. You ever think about that? You ever think about like, what if hell is real and like that's where we go? I would be there. Do you think that we would see each other? Do you think we would meet in hell? Oh my God, could we get mimosas in hell? Let's do brunch. Speaking of Stephen Graham Jones, I also have The Babysitter Lives and The Killer on the Road. This is a twofer. I'm gonna be honest with you again. I started reading The Babysitter Lives. I got 80% of the way through it and I never finished it. And I did like it. I genuinely liked it. I DNF'd it for no reason. I need to go back and finish it. I figured while I go back and finish it, I might also read The Killer on the Road, because it genuinely sounds like something that would be so fun during this time of year. It's giving serial killer obsessed with a certain girl, you know? I read the synopsis literally the other day, like yesterday actually, and I'd already forgot. But from what I remember, it was a girl. The serial killer becomes like obsessed with her and he follows her. I think she's on a road trip or something like that. Also, these covers are freaking stunning, dude. People, and by people, I mean you, Tiffany, have been begging me to read this book and I'm finally gonna do it. I wanted to read it like right away because people freaking love it, dude. But I was like, no, I'm gonna wait until fall because it seems like a fall type of book. Anytime I ever bring this up, people are like, you need to read it right now. And I'm like, I can't, Tiffany, I can't. I'm finally gonna read Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. Also, her new book is coming out, I believe, at the end of October. I think October 31st. Don't Let the Forest In, I'm pretty sure, is about this guy who goes to like a boarding school. He has a crush on this other guy. Our main character, his name is Andrew, and he has a crush on this guy named Thomas. And him and Thomas, I think, are like friends, but I don't think Thomas knows that Andrew likes him. Andrew is constantly like, oh my God, Thomas, I made you this heart chain. Thomas is like, oh my God, that's so platonic. Thanks. The thing about Thomas, he's kind of like different. Whenever Thomas like draws something, that drawing like comes to life, and usually his drawings are weirdo monster things. Him and Andrew kind of have to like team up a little bit to like fight these monsters and stop them from destroying or eating people. I think that's the vibe. Let me just say something too. The back cover is stunning. Also, it feels explicitly gay. I can't wait to read this. I think it's going to change my life. This is a book that I've had for years, and I think I've actually mentioned it in almost all of my October TBRs, and I do believe I actually tried reading it one year. I don't think I finished it, but that is Halloween Season by Lucy A. Snyder. This cover just, ugh, what is this, Lucy? That's crazy. Anyway, this is a short story collection, horror short stories. And I do believe got at least 3 stories into this. I will one day finish this fucking book. I will. Or I'm just going to keep mentioning it during October TBRs. I also just love showing this cover on camera because I know how much of a beautiful sensation it gives me. And so I just imagine that everybody else would feel that beautiful sensation as well in looking at it. And if you don't, I'm worried about you. Like, what's wrong? Speaking of books that are set around Halloween, we have this book, which is Kimmy by Allison Greaves. I also started reading this book 48 pages in. I also used a napkin as my bookmark. I'm the kind of person who has a jar of fucking bookmarks, dude. I have maybe 30 bookmarks, and yet I will use a napkin, a receipt. I'll rip off my own skin, bro, seemingly, before I use an actual fucking bookmark. I can't be the only one doing that, though. Everybody else has to be doing that, right? Anyway, so this is about this couple. They are going to this Halloween party, and each year they kind of go all out, right? Like they have like the cutesiest, dootsiest little couple Halloween costumes. Mickey and Minnie Mouse, SpongeBob and Patrick, Sasuke and Miyana. Also, this book is set in like the near future. This year, the wife is thinking, I want to get into like a broken robot suit and I want to pretend to be a robot and I want you to dress up as like a maintenance man. Like that's her genius idea, which by the way, a stupid idea. It's not even that creative. It's not that fun. A horrible thing happens. The girlfriend gets into a car accident, right? And so she's like, I can't be in the robot. You have to be in the robot. The husband gets into the robot, literally loses weight to get into the robot. When he gets into the robot, that's when things kind of start going wrong. I won't give anything away, but the book feels a lot like a trans allegory, but I could also just be like reading too much into it. I do want to finish this. Maybe not in October, because it's not like explicitly super Halloween-y. It is set around Halloween. This cover is also just stunning. Let's talk a little bit about One Yellow Eye. This is by Lee Radford. This cover is stunning. This is about this girl whose name I think is Kesta. Is that her name? Yeah, I was right. Oh my God. This is about Kesta. Kesta is like a science girly. She's not like super sociable. She's not super like friendly. She would much rather spend time with like microbes and organisms than like her fellow human man, until she meets this guy whose name I think is like Nicholas or something like that. Her and this guy, they hit it off. They get married. They're happy as can be. She's in love. This man is her one defining feature. He is the sun. She revolves around him. And then a zombie outbreak happens. The world is thrown into chaos with this like zombie apocalypse bullshit. And Kesta and her man, they survive. They survive, bro. And just as things are kind of like dying down, just as like things are being rebuilt, Kesta's husband is bitten and infected with this virus. And Kesta, being a science girly, she's like, let me keep this man. Let me keep this man and figure out a cure. So Kesta saves her undead husband, keeps him locked up, locked away. It is working night and day on a little cure. I haven't read this, but people who have read it have left comments on the videos where I mentioned it, and people fucking love it, dude. It just seems really, really fucking sad, though. It just seems really, really sad. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't think her husband's gonna be okay. Ugh. Sad grief zombie stuff. Like, listen, I'm a zombie girl. Love a zombie. I used to not love zombies. If you know me, you know. But I am now a zombie girl. I'm really, really looking forward to this. Speaking of books that I need to be good. The Cut by C.J. Dotson. Look at that, Tiffany. Look at that. Soak it all in. Soak it in, Tiffany. Do you see that worm? Do you see that little scroggly, squirmy little guy? Look how fun. Look how cute. The moment I saw this book, I needed it in my hands. I needed to kiss it goodnight. I needed to be able to sing it a lullaby every single day, caress it, comfort it, because I knew that it was special. If it's not special, CJ Dotson, I will come for you. That's a threat. I shouldn't threaten people. I won't come for you, but I will be really, really upset. This is about a single mom. Basically, she just fled her abusive husband, because he was like abusive, and she was like, oh, I'm fucking pregnant and you're still gonna be a bitch about everything. So she was like, deuces, and she fucking got the fuck out. Now she's kind of like in hiding a little bit. She's working at this motel. She's also living at the motel, right? So she's like a housekeeper. She sees one day, she's like, walking around the pool, and she sees a guest in the pool, and they're struggling in the water. And so she's like, what the hell is going on over there? She goes to look, nothing. Suspicious. She's like, okay, whatever, that's fine. That guest literally missing the next day, gone, poof. And when she asks around, people are like, they checked out. It's not that big of a deal. Did they check out? Why is their shit still in their room? Why didn't they take anything with them? So our main character is like suspicious about everything, but there's something going on at this motel. And I'm assuming it's like a murder worm. You know how there's just like murder worms? There actually are murder worms. There's been murder worms already. We've talked about the murder worms. I'm so excited. I just love a murder worm. I'm a sucker for a murder worm. What can I say? Love a murder worm. I'm just going to keep saying murder worm until you're absolutely fucking sick of me, Tiffany. I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to read it. We have to talk about an author that I have been relatively new to. I didn't know that they were out here in these streets pussy popping. I didn't know. I'm talking about Chuck Wendig. Chuck. This is Black River Orchard. I chose this one just because the vibe of the cover was a bit more autumnal. I've already read Staircase in the Woods, loved. Now I really want to go into like a journey with Chuck. I want to get on your magic carpet. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, it's actually set in autumn. Bro, literally it says it's autumn in the town of Harrow, but something besides the season is changing there. Spooky, suspicious. A small town is transformed when 7 strange trees begin bearing magical apples, and this new masterpiece of horror from the best-selling author, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? There's like these 7 trees, right? And they bear this fruit. Like they look like apples, except the apples are so red that it's described as like being almost black, which is a crazy, crazy thing. If you think about it, that's kind of crazy. These apples, when you eat one, you'll want to eat another and another and another. You'll become stronger and more vital, more yourself. And then your appetite for the apples and their peculiar gifts will keep growing and become darker. I'm assuming that these strange trees happen. I'm assuming that people are going to eat the apples. I'm assuming that chaos and fuckery will ensue. That's so fun. I love like oh no, we're all trapped here and strange fucked up shit's happening and people are getting crazy. I love that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to read this because I do think also that a lot of people were talking about wanting to see me read this next after I finished Staircase in the Woods. I have Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. I think this is honestly more of like a thriller fantasy. It feels like it has an autumnal vibe and it also is gay. So in this, we're following this trans boy, I believe, named Yadriel. He wants to prove himself as a brujo, but his family is like, your gender? Don't like that. Also, no. But he's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So he gets the help of his cousin and they want to perform a ritual to find the ghost of his murdered cousin, Miguel, and set it free. But what they find instead is this guy named Julian who like was like a bad boy or something, but he's like dead. He's like a ghost. And Julian is not about to just be like, yeah, sure, cool. I'll just like leave. It's fine. No, he's like, I'm not actually dying. I'm not doing that. I want to like, solve my unfinished business. They're like, fine, okay, we'll help you, whatever. But then Yadriel is like, wait a minute, Julian's kind of cute. Maybe he shouldn't die. It seems like he's gonna fall in love with the ghost. Listen, it's kind of sad, but I also kind of love it. I'm really looking forward to this. I know that so many people absolutely love this and I need to know why. I also have this book, which I don't know how it's queer. Maybe it's just queer because the author is, but that is Lockjaw. This is by Matteo L. Cirilli. Look at this. The cover. This is about a group of kids in a small town where kids are like going missing or dying and the adults are kind of like, it just happens. It's just kids die, But the kids are like, no, something weird is going on here. Something suspicious. These kids are like, there's a monster in the town. It's like living underneath the city, the town, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna fix this problem, which is like kind of it coded, and I love that. Death is neither the beginning nor the end for the children of Bridlington. That's also on my list. I also have Withered. This is by A.G.A. Wilmont. This is like a haunted house book, I believe. I kind of want it to just be like a run-of-the-mill, cutesy-dootsy haunted house book because I really miss reading those. This is about Ellis, who I think might be a non-binary character. Ellis moves to Blackstone with their mom. Ellis really needed that because their father has like just passed away very tragically. Everything's okay, I guess. Like this, it's like a weird town. It's a bit weird. Not only that, but people at Ellis's high school are like, your house is haunted. And Ellis is like, okay, but then Ellis starts seeing weirdo stuff in their house, like pulsing veins in walls type of shit. And so they're like, that's not great. It's not great. Plus, there's also this person, Quinn, who's a local girl who has quickly captured Ellis's attention. Romance, perhaps. Together, Ellis and Quinn dig deeper into Blackstone's past and soon discover that their town, and Ellis's house in particular, is the battleground of a decades-long spectral war, one that will claim their family and the town if allowed to do so. Come on, bro. I feel, this is just my opinion, I feel as though it wouldn't really be like Halloween season if we didn't talk about Darcy Coates. Darcy Coates releases, it feels like 16 new books a year, and I love that for her. But I have this book, which was released a while ago, that I own, that I've never really gotten around to, and that is The Caro Haunt. The cover is giving like 2013, and I love that. This is about Remy, who's a tour guide, right, at this like house. It's notoriously haunted. Caro House. Get it? Because it's called the Caro Haunt. Remy is asked to host this weekend sort of getaway type of thing for this group of people who want to do like ghost hunting. Everything in the beginning is fine. Everything's turning out okay. But then they're cut off from the rest of the world because this storm comes in and everything gets crazy. And it says that things quickly turn sinister, with doors opening on their own, seances go disastrously wrong, and their spirit medium wanders through the house at night, seemingly in a trance. It's not until one of the guests dies under weird, strange circumstances that Remy is forced to consider the possibility that the ghost of the house's original owner, a twisted serial killer, still stalks the halls. Oh, ooh, spooky, so spooky. I genuinely don't think that this will be scary, even a little bit, but I think it will be fun. The last book we're going to talk about in my TBR video is this one from Eric LaRocca, or is it Eric LaRocca? Have I been saying his name wrong the whole fucking time? We have Burnt Sparrow. We are always tender with our dead. This sounds absolutely bonkers, crazy town banana pants. And the reason why I'm interested in it is because it's described, or it's compared to, Blackwater by Michael McDowell, which, if you know me, Tiffany, you know that I'm obsessed with Michael McDowell and I love Blackwater. I need to reread Blackwater, to be honest with you, but this is about a town, right? Burnt Sparrow. It's Christmas morning. People are waking up. Oh, rise and shine. People are opening gifts. People are having turkey. People are drinking eggnog. People are getting day drunk with their children. I mean, their children aren't getting day drunk, but their children are there. You know what I mean? And then these strange, weird visitors walk into the town. They perform a brutal act of violence, a senseless tragedy that can never be undone. While everybody is kind of like grappling with what happened, everyone's kind of like trying to get their shit together because what happened was so horrifying. There's this guy named Rupert who's forced to confront the painful realities of his family situation, which I don't know what that is. Once relationships become intertwined and more carnage ensues as a result of the massacre, the town's residents quickly learn that true retribution is futile, cruelty is earned, and certain thresholds must never be crossed no matter what. I'm so curious about this. I'm so curious as to like what's going on with Rupert, what's going on with these people who walk in and just do some violent shit. What the hell is what's happening just in general? What happens after? Why does everybody lose their shit after? I'm curious. I want to know. Let me know if you've read this, what you thought of it. I would love to know. Honestly, let me know if you've read any of these books. Please. I would love to know your opinion. Also, let me know in the comments down below of any other like autumnal type of horror, or like books you think that are like essential for October, for like spooky season. You need to tell me. You need to tell me, like, if you have recommendations, Steph. Like, this is a two-way street, okay? I want to give you the good shit. I want you to give it right back to me. Give me the good shit, Tiffany. Thanks. What's also devastating to me, and I know this is kind of rambly, what's devastating to me is that there's so many new books coming out that look so good. Like so many new horror books coming out that look so good, but I don't want to buy any of them. I don't want to buy any books right now. But I am going to go to the library soon, and I'm hoping I can find a few at the library as well. I'll take you with me, obviously. My friends, my family, my familia. Is that rude? That might have been rude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bro, I'm so sorry. We might not actually be there yet in our relationship. And that was like so crazy uncalled for. I know. We haven't gotten to that step yet. But anyway, Tiffany, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below letting me know what your recommendations are. I need to know. Thank you so much. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe, because we talk about spooky shit, talk about creepy shit, talk about Halloween and shit. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you stay gorgeous. You are gorgeous. You're smart and funny and cute. Jesus, like, you're the full fucking package. It's actually insane. It's actually crazy, Tiffany. I'm not even, like, you think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I'm saying, like, you're like the full package. You're like a full, ooh. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for spending this time with me. I've been talking for so long. I can feel my voice kind of going. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you take care of yourself. Don't forget also to check out Rosetta Stone and check out their Lifetime Learning subscription. Yeah, I hope you have a good one. I will see you in my next one. Goodbye, Tiffany. It's been so good seeing you. I'll see you soon. Bye. Goodbye. 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 That's just who we are. Crazy how we come so 의도치 않았던 속에 빠져버린 나. Yeah, pulling my heart astonishing. Your love got me looking for honesty.